Hello, today we're going to be talking about the best food in UIUC. I'm going to put the list that I'm going to talk about right now. You can just screenshot it, do whatever you want. This is the list that I'm going to be basing it on. So I kind of wanted to split the list by like drive and no drive, so that way if you have a car you can go somewhere, and then if you don't have a car you could still go somewhere. But it doesn't really work out that way, so some of them have like no car versus car options, others don't. First thing on the list is Chinese food. If you ask people what is good Chinese food in UIUC, Golden Harbor is pretty much like the go-to for everyone. It's like a little bit off campus, so you do have to drive a little bit. If you're not Chinese, it's kind of intimidating to order because there's like so many menu items, and they number it in kind of a weird way where they put the numbers at like 1,000 and then the numbers like jump around all the time. But to make it easier, the dishes that my friends and I would order, I have the receipt here, and so these are the list of items that we like to eat. It averages around like $15 a person. If it's full, which sometimes it's full, Rainbow Garden, which is like right next to it, that one is also pretty good. It's similar to Golden Harbor. There are some like new Chinese places around, but the main like go-to staple for Chinese food is Golden Harbor. So the second one I would recommend, even though it's not really Chinese food, it's fried rice, and I would say Golden Wok at University Drive. It's a Thai place technically, but they have the best fried rice. Like normally people would say like Bangkok Thai has the best fried rice, but Golden Wok is the best fried rice. It's because it has this little like burnt flavor in the fried rice that makes it very yummy. The chicken fried rice is like the best there. So I would always get that one if I want fried rice. Some people might say Cravings Chinese food is really good, but I've never had good experiences there. My roommate got like really sick, like food poisoning, for like 3 days after eating there, and that's like a pretty common occurrence. It's hyped up because it's on campus and it's really like close for everyone, but I wouldn't suggest Cravings. I mean, you could try it once. Food poisoning, it might happen. So that's Chinese food. So second category, Mexican food. If you have a car, Huaraches is the best place to go. This is like a place that my friends and I found randomly. It's a little bit of ways, like 10 minutes away, but it's so good because they have double, like triple layered chips. I don't know how they do it, but the chips have like different, like 3 layers in them. So it's like a chip, some air, and then another chip layer. So it's like 3 layers of chips, and then they give you like 4 different types of salsas, and then you could dip it, and then it has such a like great crunch because there's so many layers that you're biting through. It's a small place. I think it only seats like 20 to 25, but it's really good. So it's worth the wait if you go or go earlier. The main thing that I liked about their food is they have really good chips and salsa. And then the Mexican food on top of that, I usually get carne asada, but pretty much everything on their menu is pretty good. So that one's like a great one. And then if you don't have a car, the second suggestion is Maiz. That one is like along Green Street. It's a little bit of a walk. It's like pretty solid Mexican food. Like it's like authentic. If I were to like rate it, I would say like if Chipotle was like base 0, I would do like Maiz would be like a little bit up, and then Huaraches would be like out of the range. It'd be really good. So that's my rating for Mexican food. Third category, bar food. So bar food, they have like specials throughout the week. So like dollar wings or like half off burgers or something like that. So Joe's Burgers is like the well-known one, and they have like half off burgers sometime, I don't know where. But I remember going there twice. The first time I went there, I got the California burger, I think. The one with guacamole or avocado, something like that. I didn't really like it, and so I remember like a few months passed and I completely forgot about it. I just remember I had a bad experience. And then my friends convinced me to go to Joe's Burger one more time. So I went there and I was like, okay, let me see through the menu. I forgot what I ate last time, so I'm like, I'll pick California burger. Again, I was like, guacamole, looks good, sounds good. So I ate it and I was like, this is bad. So I think that's biased because I ordered the same thing. I didn't like it twice. But for me, Joe's Burger, not that good. The better one would be Legends Burgers. Legends has like, same thing, half off burgers. I think it's on Wednesday. Their burgers, I think, are much better than Joe's Burgers. So that's bar food. So the next category is pho. If you have a car, I would recommend Xin Xin, Xin. That one is really good. It's like dedicated for pho, and it's a bit of a drive. It's like past the hospital. If you don't have a car, the go-to place for me would be Bangkok Thai. Bangkok Thai is like pretty much a go-to for a bunch of type of dishes. Their fried rice is decent. Their pho is good. And then I like to order the pad ki mao, which is drunken noodles, I think, something like that. That one's good. So those three are really good. You don't have to walk too far, so it's like a go-to for that like fried rice, pho, Thai food type of stuff. The next one is desserts. Desserts, there are no on-campus ones that I remember that I like. The ones that stood out are Jarling's Custard Cup, which is like super well known. You have to drive a little bit off campus. It's like 5 minutes away, but it's so good. It's like really well known. I think Tom Hanks' brother or someone was like a professor in UIUC, and then he recommended Jarling's, and there's some like news report about Tom Hanks really liking Jarling's Custard Cup. The hype around Jarling's Custard Cup is really high, and it's really good. It like definitely fits the bill. You go there, you could get like cakes or like pies or like custard. It's like that. It's like dedicated for dessert. My go-to order for Jarling's Custard Cup is a small vanilla custard with strawberries on top. I order small because I don't eat a lot of like dessert in general, but also the like ratio between vanilla custard to the strawberry on a small cup is like perfect. It's like very refreshing and like sweet. So the next category is dining halls. So dining halls, they're like pretty average. Like if you eat at one, you kind of know how all of them taste, but there are a few that stand out for like specific reasons. So Eikenberry Dining Hall is like the best dining hall on average, which means that like if you wanted to only eat at one dining hall for like forever, Eikenberry Dining Hall will give you the best bang for your buck. It's such a big dining hall that there's enough food options that you won't get as bored of dining hall food that quickly if you eat Eikenberry compared to everything else. So Eikenberry is the go-to, right? That's the average. However, on certain days of the week, other dining halls will beat Eikenberry for like specific specialties. So FAR has soul food night on Thursdays, I think. I just remember they have like mac and cheese and special pies and all that. So FAR has soul food night on Thursdays, and now that I'm talking about it, they also have like far out pizza. That was pretty good, I guess. But I remember soul food night was pretty interesting because they had a live DJ, and then it was pretty cool to like eat there, and like the atmosphere is kind of different. And then PAR, the one right across FAR, that one has really good late night. They're like the only dining hall that's open till like, I think 12 or something. And they have like really good chicken strips. I only really ate FAR and PAR during my freshman year when I lived there. It's kind of hard to go there afterwards because it's so far from everything else. But when I lived there, PAR late night, FAR soul food night, and also PAR has stir fry, which is pretty good. When they have those specialties, they're pretty decent. The last dining hall that's kind of like unknown, in the Union there is a dining hall that's like on the second floor somewhere, and then they have pretty good dinners. I don't know if that's its own dining hall or if it was like ISR's dining hall, but the Union had a dining hall when I was there that was pretty good. So that's dining halls. Those are the main categories. Now these are other like food places that I couldn't really fit in a category, but they're like pretty good. Himalayan Chimney. It's like Indian food. It's a go-to if you have like a group of people and you want to eat together. And what I ordered is the chicken korma with garlic naan. So those two things are really good. You don't have to get garlic naan, but the chicken korma is definitely like my go-to. It's like super buttery and super thick, so it's like very tasty, but if you eat it, you're gonna be like, holy, this is a lot of food. So just a fair warning. The other places are Arirang, which is right next to Cravings and Panda Express on campus. There's a Korean like soon tofu place. So it's basically a hot bowl of tofu soup. It's pretty good on a cold day when you don't want to eat like pho or some other soup. So you could go here. It's pretty good. So those are my go-to places to eat at UIUC. If you have any places that you like or they're new places that I haven't been to, comment them down below. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.